Hey everybody, welcome to Optimism Fractal. We're here for our 41st meeting, and I have the pleasure to be here with a bunch of amazing builders. We've been having fun conversations. If anyone wants to say a quick hello or have some fun, then feel free to do so. I have a presentation to share about Optimism Fractal, then we'll play the respect game. So I'll jump into it, but if somebody wants to do your thing, dance a little bit or whatever you like to do, then that's welcome, of course.
Roll that beautiful OP fractal footage.
All right, we're rolling it. Sounds good.
Yeah, baby.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to Optimism Fractal Season 4. Our 41st event, as I said. If you're not familiar with Optimism Fractal, check out optimismfractal.com. It's a community dedicated to fostering collaboration, awarding public goods creators, and optimizing governance on the Optimism Superchain. Amazing things going on Superchain. And this website shows you how you can get involved with the weekly events, which provide a great place to network and make friends and collaborate with talented builders in Superchain, which you can RSVP to. And also, each event we play the respect game. So the respect game is an on-chain social game, a wonderful pro-social game where each person shares what they did to help optimism. We go into breakout rooms, we collaborate to reach each other's, to rank each other's contributions, and then people who reach consensus will earn a mystical soulbound token called respect. And we also make videos of every event too, which you may be watching right now, and also the breakout rooms. So you can watch all the videos, you can participate in the videos and share what you're doing and raise awareness for your work. And you can also build with respect too. There's a bunch of amazing builders who are building open source tools to play the respect game and make decisions with respect and do all sorts of cool stuff. So you can learn more about all of these on optimismfractal.com, as well as we have a Notion site where you can build together with us in public in addition to the events and develop your on-chain career and business. And lots of funding opportunities going on in the Optimism Collective as well. Superchain retro funding round 6 coming up soon. So lots of ways to get rewarded for making a positive impact and creating a better internet. And we're also trailblazing the future of governance here too. So we've been working on Optimism Fractal for a long time. We have a rich history and a details page where we have some community-driven intents. And you can participate in the Optimism Fractal Sages Council each week, voting with respect on community decisions, and participate in the Optimism Town Hall too, which we have after the respect game each week at 18 UTC. So more details are all of these. You can also learn about Optimism Fractal's roots with Eden Fractal and Optimistics, and learn more about the websites and the entire superchain on optimism.io, base.org. The new Sony launched Superchain Network, Zora, and so forth. So much more you can learn on the website. And the best way to get involved is to join the weekly events every Thursday at 17 UTC. Come say hello and play the respect game with us. You can invite friends at lou.mosh/optimistics and RCP for email reminders and so forth. Find more details there. And then also follow Optimistics too, and also several great community members who make awesome promotional posts, like Rosmari puts these together, inviting everyone to join. Optimistics put out these really cool posts, encouraging everybody to play the respect game and do on-chain attestations to rank each other's contributions. So encourage you to like and retweet to help spread the word and invite friends. We love to meet new people. We'll also discuss hats trees at the town hall today, and I'll get into that briefly. And then also the Warpcast or Forecaster channel too is a great place to engage in addition to Discord. We publish the videos, as I said. So last week we had a great video or a couple great videos with the respect games, and then talking with the Optimism Fractal ORDAO app that Tadas is building. And you can watch all of these as well on the Eden Careers YouTube channel too, or optimismfractal.com/videos, as well as a bunch more. Another place you can find is the Optimism Governance Forum at gov.optimism.io. But I think I'll move on right now to talk about the Optimism Town Hall, and then we'll jump into the respect game shortly. So Optimism Town Hall, we propose topics with respect each week, and the topic for this week is going to be about the Optimism Fractal Hats Tree, and the first inaugural Hats Protocol Hatathon, and the Let's Grow Hats Tree too. So I made this topic proposal, and a few people voted on it with the respect. So you can learn more on the screen here. For anybody who can stick around, you're welcome to just play the respect game. But for anybody who can stick around or wants to join for this, we'll be discussing the Hats Tree. Thanks again to Jacob for helping to build this. And I'm also pleased to announce, I don't think I announced, that Optimism Fractal Hats Tree was selected as a co-winner of the Mad Hatter Grand Prize in the first Hats Protocol Hatathon. So we'll dive into all this and what it means and hear from the Let's Grow people. The huge thanks to Will also for helping to organize that. And we can go more into this. So lots to look forward to as well. Thanks also Jacob for putting out this really nice tweet encouraging people to join. I'm glad that he enjoyed it. Many other people enjoyed, and thanks to Will for upvoting this topic and fostering collaboration. Also want to just quickly highlight too, we had some videos come out. I mentioned the Optimism Fractal ORDAO app. We also had an episode with Das from Eden Fractal yesterday, which I don't have on my screen, but we talked about OREC and ORDAO, and Vlad and Abraham and Howard have all been building some really cool tools that we can learn more about soon. Recommend watching the videos to learn more, and some really exciting developments coming up here. We're going to be updating these at the optimistics.io/tools article, so people can use those. I think that's basically it. So right now what we're going to be doing is we're going to go into play the respect game. So most people know how to do it. If you don't know, then feel free to ask other people in your breakout rooms. We're going to go in breakout rooms, and then each person will get about 4 minutes to share what they've been doing to help Optimism, as well as introduce yourself, share how you've been helping, and then we're going to rank each other's contributions and submit it on chain. Before we go in as well, you can find those game rules at optimismfractal.com/welcome. And also feel free to record your breakout room. I'll give you permissions if you, so you can we can add that video so other people can watch it. And also feel free to share your screen to give other participants a better view of your work or viewers a better understanding of your work. Not needed, but you can, and we welcome it. We're here to help promote you. That's one of our main goals: help promote your work. And feel free to share links to your work too. So we'll try to wrap up the respect game within about 45 minutes or so. So we have a bit of time beforehand that we can come back to the community room. But the Optimism Town Hall will start at top of the hour. So we're looking forward to seeing you then too, for anybody who can make it. With that, I see everybody looks excited right now. So I think that we'll start at the breakout rooms now. Wow, we're looking really excited here. All right. Let's do it. If anyone wants to say anything real quick, then feel free. But otherwise, breakout rooms are starting, and hope that everybody has an awesome time. Hey everyone. What was
Hey,
that? What was that sound? Did I hear a ghost? Hey Karen, nice to hear from you. Very nice to see you. Thanks for joining the event, Karen. Much appreciated. And thanks everybody for being here.
We are
nice to
always
see
the
you all, guys.
long time no see, Kassy and Vlad and Jacob. Well, Will, I am the first time with Will in a room.
Ah, you have the exquisite
Oh
pleasure.
my.
Prepare to
Nice.
be amazed.
Oh,
Hey,
stop
Will.
it. Hey, Karen,
Oh,
how's it going?
I am
Good. I've
fully
watched some
amazed.
of the videos, so I've seen you, but I don't think I've ever met you. And same for Jake. Hi, Jake.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
Jake.
pleasure's all mine.
Howdy.
Me too. Pleasure always mine. Yeah.
All right, it sounds good. Looks like we have a lot of pleasure going on here, so that's
Bon,
very nice. If
bye.
anybody if anybody wants to share anything else in your mind, then feel free. But otherwise, we probably should jump into the respect game to make sure that we're pretty punctual and timely. So if anyone wants to go ahead and go first and share what they've been up to, then floor is open to do
I am
so.
okay to go first. It's okay. I am okay. So
Okay.
I will just share my screen of what I am currently building. It's an ongoing things. So I will just go. It's a fractal then.
Sounds good. I can start the timer now if you're ready.
Moment. Fractal. Ah, here, voilà. I hope it will load. Yeah.
All right, and you can start talking about it now too if you like.
Oh,
In the future, might be good to load it up in advance. That's one of the things I do. I don't hear you right now, Patrick. You're muted. I mean, it doesn't show that you're muted, but I just don't hear you. I see your mouth moving, but maybe you're having audio issue.
ah.
Okay, I
Sorry
hear you
about
now.
that.
Oh, good.
You see my you see
Yep.
my screen?
Yep, I see it now. And I'll start the timer.
Oh.
Oh, maybe I won't start the timer. Let me know when you're ready. Are you having a technical issue?
Voilà. I have some delay because I am recording into the background. So you see my screen, yes. So it's on fractalden.net. So DEN means digital extended networks, because we are an era where we are digitally extending the networks. And I was thinking, what better to do a fractal data collector? And fractal data collector is about to unify in a mind map the different fractals that we have. On the left, we have Optimism Fractal. On the right, we have Upscale Fractal. And thanks to the Hats protocol, we could link the Hats protocol of Optimism Fractal with the Hats protocol that we don't have yet for upscale. For example, we could create also an Hats tree, a graph, and then we can link together. So here I am building this mind map and also a cockpit that will be on top of this mind map, a Web3 cockpit, where we will have several dashboards and we will be able to have the KPIs, the key performance indicators of optimism, the key performance indicator of upscale. Indeed, we will be able to measure the fractal itself. And I try to organize in categories. So this mind map has already changed on my local. It doesn't show like this. That's the version that I have published some days ago. So here I will have the video of Tadas. I will have the video of Jacob that is published on this Saturday 14. And today with Tadas, we have a dive into ORDAO and into OREC. I have changed the typo. It's ORDAO. It's not written like that. So I have all the links of Optimism. It's growing. Optimism ecosystem also. We put the links pointing to Dance Enjoy pages, to Optimism pages. So that will be a very nice mind map. On the right, there is upscale. And here I will have the video of Vlad about the fractal text-based app and how we position ourselves with Upscale DAO, the Upscale Fractal application by Matthias Schoenbeck, the Council update of Tom 11 coming. I will record next week and release on the 20. We will have the video about Upscale. Like this, when you go on fractalden.net into fractals and this fractal data collector, this mind map will be always updated. How it will be updated? There is possibility for people to send their category to enrich, extend the left part and also the right part of upscale. So there is a submission form for Optimism. There is a submission form for upscale. If you click, for example, Optimism, that's open a web form where you have just to give your IT address, because on Optimism we use EVM, so IT address, then a URL to a resource, a document that you want to see published into the mind map, the name of the category, and a title. And then I receive that into a database and I update the mind map. Later on, this mind map could be on-chain because it's HTML5 and that can be compressed at the max, and that could be on the blockchain. And then everyone will be able to download the mind map on his device directly from the blockchain and not from this website. Yeah, in a nutshell, that's that. And I am continuing to building like I did in the past, you remember, Dan. But yeah, thank you.
All right. Excellent. Thank you very much, Patrick. That's super exciting. I really appreciate you sharing the screen, all the work you're doing. I see Will giving a heart and a claps too. So much appreciated. And would you like to pick somebody to go next?
Oh yeah, I would like to nominate Kassy to go next.
Thanks, Patrick. And it was great to see all you've been working on. You never quit. For me, this week I have not done as much as Patrick. I've been working with our team on some taglines and some marketing things, looking at the EVM version of the Fractal app that Vlad's been working on. And I've also been working on just getting together a case study group that can go through the process that is a Web 2 group, because I think it would be valuable information to see how they experience the process and what their takeaways are. I think it'll also add a lot of value to use these beta test groups as a way to extract marketing information to find out what phrases and what terms resonate to them, maybe throw some names at them and see how they respond. So I think there's a lot of ways we can leverage these beta groups, which is exciting for me. I'm happy to start participating more in this Fractal and learning how I can add value directly here. That's where I'm kind of, as my second meeting, just trying to find my footing. I wasn't able to attend the full meeting last week because I had a conflict. So happy to be here today. And then just, oh, sorry, I see a message from Patrick. Oh, I'll read that later. Sorry, that threw me off a little bit. And then the other thing I've been working on is just a case study on the way the Fractal app we're using now that Matthias created. We've been managing a treasury with it, and I think that provides a good case study as well. So I've started to take the tables from the app itself, where we record our elections from week to week, and I'm translating that to try to provide a small case that you could possibly include in a pitch deck if that was something that Vlad wanted to add, or we could just include it in our literature to show how this first group responded to the process. And that's what I've been working on, aside from liking some socials that Patrick and Dan have been working on, and joining some of the Twitter groups that I wasn't part of yet. So I joined those today, and had a lot of help from Rosmari. So appreciate her as well. Shout out to Rosmari, she's awesome. I hope you guys will sing again soon, Dan. And I'll turn it over to Vlad.
Sounds great. Maybe before Vlad goes to, I can just briefly respond to a couple things I wanted to say. Because one, you still have like a minute and 30 seconds left, Kassy. So if you wanted to anything else, then feel free. But just want to say, really appreciate your support and all you're doing. And I also listened to your breakout room and from last time, and that was very kind of you. So I'm really excited to collaborate with you. And for anybody who doesn't know, who might be watching, I think that Kassy said it earlier in the past breakout room, but we've had the pleasure to collaborate over the years. So yeah, I think it's really cool that you're helping to support this process. So just wanted to throw that in there. If you wanted anything else, Kassy, you still had like a minute and a half left, or if you want to pass on to Vlad whenever you're ready or now, then feel free.
Oh, just thanks, Dan. And I really appreciate that you've kept this vision going. And it's so cool to participate in a couple different iterations from the original people with Eden. So yeah, just massive respect.
Well, thank you very much. It's very kind, and massive respect for you too. And likewise, really appreciate your continued support and development of this process. It's super, super helpful. Patrick's put it to heart. Okay. I think she was saying that she was ready to pass on to Vlad. So if there's anything else you want to say, then feel free, Kassy. But otherwise, I think we're ready for Vlad to go as well.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, you're out of time. No, I'm just joking.
I continued working on the Fractal text-based app, on the Respect Games app. Just something that I realized is that it is actually a governance plus economic system out of the box. So that's what essentially it is. And okay, maybe I can share a little bit my screen just to show you what's the final, like how the contracts look. So this week we deployed them on base. It's a nice system that we can now easily update the contracts when there is a need, if there is some kind of change we want to make, or there is a bug. So it's really easy to update. But essentially there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, essentially five different contracts that do the whole thing. I think this is like how the final version, so to say. There will be no more additional contracts. So today, for example, I worked on the minting on the functionality that mints those liquid tokens. So yeah, there are two contracts that have the right to mint the token. There is one multi-sig contract and a rankings contract. They can mint tokens. Then I also tested the, it's here. So there is actually, now since we deployed the contracts on mainnet, I was able to test the functionality that is based on the block time. So this is very similar. I think Patrick and Kassy know this function from the upscale fractal. It's when you like change the states from what's the idle to participate to end of breakout rooms. So this is similar. And yeah, I tested that it nicely works with the block time. So in this app, there will be 1 day to submit the rankings and 6 days to submit the contributions. And yeah, like been adding some different small other functionalities, but that's pretty much my contribution. Tomorrow, I'm planning to try now to test the limit, so to say. What is the maximum capacity? So how many members can participate in one election? Well, I will, yeah, let's see, but I want to have it like 200 at least. If it's 200, then it's good.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Vlad. That's really, really helpful work. I see Will throwing the thumbs up. Whenever you're ready, Vlad, if you want to pick somebody to go next.
Yeah, would you like to go?
Do you say me?
You?
Sure, I'll go. Okay. And I'm pulling it up. And first I'm going to give myself a timer. Okay, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about what I did to help Optimism this week. So a couple of the main things I did, I worked a lot on Optimism missions. One of the things that we had published recently was about Optimism missions and how it works. We've been talking this a lot at Optimism Fractal for the past several months. So over the past, I think I did this, no, I submitted this prior to the last week's Optimism Fractal meeting. So I didn't actually submit these applications this week, but I worked on them a lot. So this is a mission to provide funding for the Eden Creators video production team to scale up our video production. There's a whole bunch of details. It's very long and detailed. And also, in addition to scaling the production for Optimism Fractal and allowing clips and town halls and all sorts of stuff like that, it's also pioneering this new paradigm of video creation in a collaborative way. So there's much more about that. But what I did for this week was I made a bunch of updates. I had some feedback from one of the grants counselors asking for more measurable impact and user retention. So I added a couple of critical milestones and some plans for user retention and increasing governance participation on Optimism. You can see, for example, one of them was design a dashboard that measures impact for increasing governance participation, which is quite detailed about all the ways that we could measure these kind of participation at Optimism Fractal events and the broader collective. So there's much more details about that you can explore. If you scroll up to, you can also see a bunch more, but you kind of get the idea for now. And then the other one is for the Optimism Fractal respect game, and specifically for a decentralized and automated and compliant fund distribution system for the respect game, where people can earn OP by participating at our respect game, and all sorts of cool stuff that came up with this week to develop it. So again, I received some comments here. There's a very long application that got some really nice feedback too, which is great. And he had asked for more details on the actual game development aspects and game mechanics. So I provided section. I kind of clarified exactly what the scope of the proposal was, and then I provided more milestones and a detailed document. So I don't think I have too much time to really go through it here, but I kind of separated both broad level respecting developments and then developments towards the on-chain fund distribution system as well, and kind of conceived of new ways that we can have like reward tiers where people can earn more with Hats Protocol and stuff like that. I also wrote a bit about roles and reputations, a project that Jacob is building, which is a lot of the inspiration for this, or he built actually. And then I also spent a lot of time working on mission requests to request more funding for on-chain social games on Optimism. I requested 250,000 OP that people could apply to for this, and another 125,000 for community events. I'm not sure if these would get approved, but I did make a lot of reasons and rationale why people should approve them. So I gave some updates to the grants councils. I messaged them directly to ask for their support a couple times. And then I responded to feedback where people were asking about why I was asking for the budget and what they thought. And I gave a very detailed description about why it's so helpful for the collective to fund the respecting or just in general on-chain social games and so forth. And so there's like a lot of details here. I was up late a couple nights. I'm also going to just add Patrick back if I can, because I see that he got disconnected. So I'm just going to do that real quick. But yeah, basically there's a lot of information there and encouraging more funding for on-chain social games in general, but specifically for Optimism Fractal and the respect game things I'm planning to make, and then reach out to grants counselors with really nice, thoughtful messages and responded to them as well. I'm showing the chat, but I'm not showing their messages just out of respect for privacy, but just had some detailed messages about this basically to help advocate for more funding going towards Optimism Fractal and similar kind of on-chain social games and community events and so forth. In addition, I also, I'm at time, but I'll just go for another maybe 30 seconds or so. I also made this proposal for the Optimism Fractal Hats tree. I invited one of the co-founders of Optimism Town of Hats Protocol to join the Hatathon, as well as the Let's Grow team with Wasabi. So kind of helped coordinate that, and then wrote this message kind of summarizing and announcing that Optimism Fractal Hats tree won. And then I also hosted the Eden Fractal event where we discussed OREC. I went back and forth with Das about the best way to present OREC and how it works and stuff like that. That video will be coming out soon. We had a great discussion. And I put as promotional messages about the town hall and Hats trees and Optimism Fractal and stuff like that, and always providing a bit of feedback for Rosmari on her promotions as well. So that is it for me. And thanks all for listening. And I can pass it on to Jacob.
Okay. Just gonna wait for the timer.
Okay. Here you go.
Cool. Okay. This past week, I met with Pat. We had a really awesome interview that I believe is coming out Saturday. But pretty much we dove into the Hats protocol and what that is, who the Haberdasher team is, how the protocol functions and works, and then how we used it to integrate into Optimism Fractal. So it will be a nice, for those interested, it will be a nice overview of the Optimism Fractal Hats tree and how it works and how you can use it within the Optimism Fractal community. So definitely check that out. What else have I done? I'm trying to think. I attended the Optimism demo day earlier today, showcasing a few of my projects, which I'll show here, which will hopefully, I can start sharing my screen. So the projects I've worked on in the past week, one is my own portfolio website, which can be seen at jacobhomanics.com. And the way that this helps the Optimism community is if you scroll down to the very bottom, well, one, I'm showcasing a lot of the Optimism community directly on my website here. Awesome. But more importantly, if you click the fork me at the bottom, you can see the full source code, and you can fork it in GitHub and create your own, to me, decent looking Web3 portfolio website. Just a nice landing page for you or your organization to showcase when meeting new people. So again, that's all completely open source here. And then I'll try to demo it. It probably won't go too well because it's a bit buggy of an application currently. But essentially what you just saw, that open source repository, I kind of tried to take a step forward on it, and I tried to essentially make a platform that's a software as a service to essentially create this and allow a no-code solution and open platform for people to build this for themselves. So you can see here, this is a little demo. It probably won't work too well, but let's just see how far we can go. So you can see at the URL at the top, you've got either you got the network, which is any EVM supported chain, but then also the address of the user, or it also supports ENS names and soon to be base names. So again, it breaks when I try that, so let's not focus on that, but let's just activate the software. When you press activate, it pays the fee to the platform owner, which would be me in this case, but we could decentralize that quite a good bit. 10 seconds off. So, okay. You got your platform username, description, image, and then edit. If you choose to use ENS, great. And then you exit edit mode. And so it is actually pulling from ENS, and it realizes that this address does not actually have an ENS attached to it. So it's currently toggled to view ENS data. So I think that won't work. Never mind. So I'm out of time. That's it. It's an on-chain platform, on-chain portfolio platform as a software as a service. Obviously very buggy. Keep in touch with the project. Very bright plans for it. All right, that's it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jake. Really interesting and really exciting, and looking forward to hearing what the right plans. Sounds like a very interesting project, and great to see your website. Oh, thank you also for putting Optimism Fractal on there, on the organizations and featuring the Hats tree. Much appreciated. And I suppose thanks for the heart. I suppose you can nominate somebody to go next, Jake, but I think you nominate Will. So if you want to share anything else before you pass it off, then feel free. But otherwise, we can hear from Will when we're ready.
No, go for it, Will.
All right. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So I got the right screen I'm sharing here. I've got a list I'm going to be talking through and going through my screen share while I do that as well. So I don't see the timer going, but that's fine. Okay, there we go. So what did I do this week? Well, specific to OP Fractal community, I voted on the snapshot. So I declared my intent to be part of the week 41 council for the town hall. Additionally, I did upvote the Optimism Fractal Hats tree, Hats Protocol Hatathon, and Let's Grow, which will be featured in the town hall coming up next. I did coordinate the guests for the town hall and did signal my support for Dan submitting this proposal that we upvoted as well. It's been a busy week in hats for me. So as you can see, my hats collection is growing. A lot of these are with the Let's Grow DAO, but additionally, I did claim some hats for this community as well, OP Fractal. Those were the ones that I found that I was eligible for, although Dan, I may need to be nominated for other hats if you feel I'm eligible for those. As far as Let's Grow DAO, we're also building on optimism. So I hosted the community call today. We talked about the Hats Protocol integration. We also highlighted some people in the Gitcoin ecosystem that are in the middle of a community round right now on Luxo, so just bringing awareness and exposure to that as well. A lot of the work that I did this week was related to the company I founded, King Fisn's Media, or KF Media, as we like to talk about it more casually. So some of the things I've done there is I went ahead and updated our website to reflect, this is out of the box added for us on behalf of Bonfire. That's what we're using for our website builder. But I also added like how people can join our guild. Talk about guild here in a little bit. Also ungated some other pages that were previously gated, like our investor relations page. So this way they don't necessarily have to join the website to get access to this information, or if they want to book a meeting with us. Additionally, on the English and Spanish pages specifically, I added in the link for the podcast we were recently featured on with crypto altruism. So that's reflected on both pages there. Restructured our learning center a little bit. So you guys are kind of getting some inside access here. So now we have it structured by language. So English courses, Spanish courses, Portuguese. Also updated our disclaimer in multiple languages because part of the effort we're doing this month is translating a lot of our content. Under the English courses, one other thing that I'm working on is we have a DeFi Demystified masterclass, which I will be authoring and publishing that. So I've got my initial thoughts here on what are the topics I'm going to talk about and expose people to within that masterclass. We also created an ebook based on a manuscript that was sent to us by one of the authors in our community. We appealed for our Giveth application so that we can be verified on their platform to be eligible for all the niceties that they offer. Did some social media promos here. So starting here, we had a call with the child managers last week. After this call, we put out a poll, like, creating these feedback loops with our community at large of what they want to see us build and ship. Additionally, Guild expanded our Guild footprint here. So if you're not familiar with Guild or Guild XYZ, this is a great way to build not only memberships within the Web3 ecosystem, but also to expand your reputation. We do have our own Guild page here. So yeah, just did some more expansion on that area. As far as the Web3 at large ecosystem, and I'm wrapping this up here real quick, we became more involved in the Octane community because we have a proposal in their community round on Gitcoin right now. We also applied for their accelerator program that they're launching this month. And then the last thing here is I'd originally submitted a proposal to the Citizen wallet. If you don't know about Citizen wallet, it's a new type of wallet that's going to be very powerful once it manifests itself into its full mission. But specific to this in their governance section, I had originally submitted this proposal for creating an ambassador program specific to this community. They wanted more detailed information on it. So I took the time to go update, if this was my program, this is kind of what it would look like, and then give them more definitive details around that. And it's still waiting feedback on that.
All right. Excellent work. Thank you very much, Will. Thank you much, everybody. That was wonderful presentations and lots of great work, Optimism. So great to see. If anyone wants to ask any questions that would be helpful for reaching consensus, then feel free or share any quick comments. Patrick's putting up the confetti, which is nice. I'm going to share a link to the Fractalgram group in just a moment in the Zoom chat. So if everybody can please get their Optimism addresses, EVM accounts ready, and then look out for that in a moment in the chat and join there. We have about 14 minutes till the top of the hour, so we have to reach consensus pretty quickly, but we have some time for some quick questions or thoughts if anyone wants to share. Okay. Looks like not too much. I suppose I could ask something, but I think that I'll just go ahead and just share this in the essence of time. And then if anybody has any questions that come to mind, then feel free. Otherwise, we can always ask questions afterwards as well. That Telegram group is now in the Zoom chat, so please join there.
Voilà. That's done.
Oops, looks like part of the prompt a bit early. We're missing one person. Jacob, could you please join the group? Also, by the way, Patrick, congrats on the patent over bat.eth. I saw you register on ENS, so that's very cool. Right now, the Fractogram, the current Fractogram app does not support ENS. So if you could
No
please...
problem. I give my public address.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Just the regular, like 52 character phrase.
Yeah. No worries.
Okay, I see Jacob said need to head out, but we'll help reach consensus. Great presentations, everyone. And he just joined the group. Sounds good. Thank you, Jake. It will be difficult to rank the contributions today. I don't know what to do, but we'll see how it goes as we do.
Voilà. Voilà.
Oh, Kassy, you need to post your wallet address as a reply to Dan's post.
Yeah, the long 50-character hexadecimal.
I will do that now. Thank you.
Until that we support ENS.
Yep. Thank you, Kassy. Thank you, Will, for the reminder as well. And Jacob, you did the same thing to make sure that Jacob can't hear us, so I'll message him.
Okay, bye, Jacob. Rosmari. Okay. Oh no, he joined the group.
Yep. Yeah, he said he had to go, but he's still reaching consensus. Oh, no, that's why he didn't put it out, because he did not see the original message because he joined afterwards. So my mistake there. So I will I think I could just redo that. I've been using this app for like the past almost 2 years now, but I still don't know if it actually how it works within this case, but it should be good though, I think. And if not, we can always figure it out. Okay, so now we're going to put the level 6 poll. So if everyone can please let us know who you think should be level 6, which means who you think did the most of optimism over the past week, and you can now vote to do so. All right, and it looks like we do not have much consensus yet. We have one person hasn't voted yet, I believe. There's 2 votes for Patrick, 1 vote for Jacob, 1 vote for Vlad, 1 vote for me, and 1 vote for Will. So who will it be? Would anybody like to advocate?
I'm going to
either way,
advocate for Pat because what you're building is absolutely amazing, and you're kind of stitching together all the little fabrics of design to make it more comprehensive, right? The reason I'm advocating for you is because I'm a big fan of discovery tools. I'm a big fan of aggregated directories. I'm a big fan of making these connections so that people have greater perspective of like, how do all the dots connect? I feel like in the Web3 realm, part of the community building, that's something that goes unnoticed, right? And it may not be emphasized as much. So yeah, like with the Hats Protocol integration, it helps to define that, but I think this goes a step further above and beyond that. So that's why I'm going to advocate for Pat this week.
Well, thank you very much. I see a lot of connection with all the people that are in Optimism Fractal. You are a very great builder yourself, Will, also. And I enjoy to connect with you, interview you also to understand what you do, because the goal of the interview is not about me. It's about the people that I interview, because I want to understand, and at the same time I want to share the knowledge. So that's all about that. Share the data, share the knowledge, and shout out to Dan for all what you are doing, because we have a chance to make the things bottom up and fractal as we love. And yeah.
All right. Sounds great. Well, thank you, Patrick, and Will for sharing those thoughts. I also switched my vote to Patrick too. So we have 2/3 consensus on Patrick, and we can move on now. Congrats and thank you to
Thank you very
level
much.
5. Yep. And we do have 8 minutes left. Who do you think helped Optimism the second most this week? Everybody can now vote to let us know.
Ooh la la, difficult.
Okay, and we have 3 votes for Vlad, 1 vote for Jacob. I think everybody's changing the votes too. I saw people voted for different people last time. I think nobody knows who to vote for. I was the same way. We have 3 votes for Vlad, 1 for Jacob, 1 for Will, and 1 for me. Would anybody like to advocate either way? Or change the vote to anybody?
Well, personally, I would agree that Vlad is on 5, because all what he's building with the fractal text-based app and with
Okay.
Lenar. Shout out to the both.
Yep.
And you do all an amazing job. But if I have to value what we want to see happening for this optimism base and even upscale, fractal text-based app is we need the builders behind. So just want to shout out Vlad.
I agree. You can change your vote, Patrick. I think that you're voting for Jacob right now, so you can retract your vote for Jacob and vote for Vlad, and then we'll have consensus. So
I can retract my vote and I vote for Vlad. Yeah.
You don't need to convince anybody here. You could just okay.
I am disappointed because I love Jack also for all what he's doing with the Hats Protocol.
Yeah.
But I love Vlad also. So
yep. Well, we'll have time to give each other respect each week.
Yeah.
And normally I might go back and forth too.
And Kassy also, I love Kassy, but
yes.
It's complicated. It's complicated.
All right, level 4 is up now, so please vote for who you think deserves level 4 for this week.
Level 4. Okay. Level 4. Seems to be that I am not aligned with everyone here.
Okay, we have 3 votes for Will, 1 for Jacob, and 1 for me. Or no, 2 for me. We can. Does anybody want to advocate either way?
Bon, I will retract my vote. I will vote for Will.
Okay. Will got level 4.
Yeah, Will is doing also an amazing job on the side of collecting the data. We have some data collectors here. That's great.
Yes, and now we can go to level 3 with me, Kassy, and Jacob remaining.
Nice, interesting here. I will vote for Kassy.
Okay, and we have 3 votes for me, 2 for Jacob, and 1 for Kassy. Would anybody like to advocate either way or switch their votes in any direction?
Well, I voted for Kassy because she tries to connect the fractals. So just for that, I would say that's great. And she do a lot of job that we don't see maybe visually, but she do a lot of things behind the scene. And I am connected with her also. At a point we have to synchronize again for the taglines and all that, the marketing. So yeah, I was on Kassy on this position now, but
it looks like somebody switched their vote to me. So I have 4 to 6 now. So I agree with all this about Kassy, and really appreciate Kassy's interest in helping Optimism. I think that what she's doing to support the respect team is really helpful, but I'll also accept this too, rushing in the interest of time. So thank you all for the respect as well. And we can go on to level 3, where we can vote between Jacob and Kassy.
Kassy. Like this, she's -1. -1. I don't know.
Okay.
No,
Thanks,
it's Jacob.
Patrick. I should be last though.
Oh, oh. Whoa,
I have to
whoa.
learn more. I'm ready to learn more and ready to help out with everybody, but I should be last for sure.
Okay, well,
yeah, the last are the first indeed. We can do the ranking in the into the reverse.
well,
Yeah.
So we'll reach consensus. So Jacob has 4 to 6 there, so we can submit the consensus results. And Kassy, that's very gracious of you. And I don't know if it's clear that A should be last. I don't think so. I mean, I think that what you're doing is really helpful and helpful for Optimism too in this kind of planning. I voted for Jacob there too because Jacob built that really cool open source website thing, and he also helped a lot with the Hats Tree from a couple weeks ago. So what he's building is really exciting. So it was difficult for me to decide, but really appreciate you both. And Kassy, also, by the way, you said that you're interested in finding out ways that you can contribute and help out with Optimism Fractal. So I greatly appreciate that, and happy to discuss that more and happy to figure out the best ways to collaborate. I'm sure we have lots of exciting collaborations coming up. So yeah, feel free to reach out, and happy to discuss it more going forward.
I love that. I'm going to start to get more involved in the EVM side because, you know, I've been EOS.io person and kind of working in that ecosystem, but I'll get onto Farcaster and start to be more active.
Okay. Sounds great. Well, looking forward to and glad to hear.
Missing a couple wallet addresses in there, Dan.
Yeah, there was an issue with it. For some reason, the factogram messed up. So what I'm going to do right now, we only have a couple minutes left, so I'll just do this real quick. I'm just going to regenerate that result. I'm just going to take what was already added, and I believe those first 4 were correct. Actually, it says Jacob at level 3, so that's not correct. I'll move Jacob down, and then I'll put me at level 3 and Kassy at level 1, and I'll just copy and paste it manually, and then I'll share a link for everybody in the chat. So please don't submit that first one. Please instead submit this one. Okay, I just shared the new version of the link. If you don't mind, maybe double check it real quick, but I'm pretty sure I got it all right there. So thanks everybody for the amazing respect game. We do need to head back to the community room, so I'll go ahead and open up that community room so we can all join back. If anyone wants to share any quick words, then feel free, but otherwise I'll see you all back. If anything needs to go too, then feel free as well. But yeah, thanks all for the amazing respect game, and I'll see you in the community room. Welcome back, everyone. Well, not everyone yet. We're still waiting for the second breakout room. We'll be joining us shortly. They should be here any moment. Welcome, Alejandro, who I believe is Wasabi.
That is Wasabi.
Okay. Great. Great to have you here. Congratulations, Wasabi, and also Will and to Let's Grow on winning the, or co-winning the Hats Protocol Hatathon. We'll jump into the Optimism Town Hall momentarily, and I'll give a little presentation to introduce it. Then we'll have an open discussion and time for Wasabi to give a little overview of the Let's Grow Hats Tree.
Donny's here too.
Welcome, Donny. I believe Donny is also with Let's Grow as well, if I'm not mistaken.
He is. He's one of our core members, and he and Wasabi worked together tirelessly to get our Hats protocol put together for that. So.
All right. Very cool. Well, thank you, Donny and Wasabi, for the great work. Really looking forward to seeing. We're looking forward to seeing it, and thanks, Will, for also helping to coordinate that. I just saw Abraham pop in and pop out. So yeah, I guess we'll have a couple minutes of just kind of open conversation while we're waiting for the second breakout room, but we'll jump into the town hall shortly. If anyone wants to share any quick thoughts, or Donny, or actually everybody's joining, but yeah, if anyone wants to say hello real quick, then feel free, but otherwise we'll have an opportunity for everybody to speak to the town hall. Welcome back, everybody from the other breakout room. Hope that you all enjoyed it and had a great time.
Thank you, yes.
Okay, great. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having us today.
And you're very welcome. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Also, thank you for having me too. Will invited me to join a Let's Grow founder call like a month or two ago, maybe a month ago. And it was really cool getting to speak with you and present a bit about Cagendas, which is actually the game we're going to be playing today for choosing topics. So much appreciated and really excited. I've been following Let's Grow for past year or so, and I think it's really cool what you're all doing. Also excited about Coconut Network to check that out. But anyway, also I want to give an opportunity to it was Renzo's first time playing the Respect game, so we didn't get a chance to hear from you before. Renzo, if you'd like to say hello, introduce yourself briefly, and then maybe share a bit of quick feedback about what you thought of the Respect game, then you're welcome to do so. Nice to see you. And then after that, we will head into the formal agenda for the town hall. Or if you want to just listen, that's cool, Renzo, too. But if you'd like to say hello and introduce yourself or share any quick feedback, then you're welcome to as well.
Renzo, he said he understands English a little bit. He's a Spanish speaking. Alejandro, do you speak Spanish by any chance?
Sí, sí, claro.
Sí. Okay. So maybe if
Hola,
anything,
hola.
maybe you can translate for Renzo if he can
Claro,
share
claro.
some.
Un placer, Renzo.
Hola, igual, Alejandro. Un placer, un gusto. Qué bueno escuchar algo en español, no entiendo nada.
¿De dónde eres?
De Costa Rica, ¿y tú?
República Dominicana.
Ah, un gusto.
Justo, somos vecinos casi.
Claro, que sí, exactamente. Del Pacífico, probablemente.
No como vecinos.
No, del Atlántico, perdona.
Yeah,
perdona.
del Atlántico.
Es que yo sí soy del Pacífico, entonces sí es cierto. Ustedes
Oh,
están aquí.
ok, sí, tienes razón.
Ustedes están, sí, en el Caribe.
Con
Sí.
mucho gusto de conocer a usted.
A usted también, mucho gusto, señor.
Con mucho gusto, sí.
Okay, very nice. It sounds good. Can we get a brief recap? I guess that was good. That Renzo enjoyed it.
Oh,
Had a good time.
yeah.
Okay.
We were
Okay.
just, greeting each other. I was asking where is Renzo from? He's from Costa Rica, from the
Yeah, I heard that part. Yeah.
side of Costa Rica. So yeah, he's I love connecting with people because I don't know. I feel like that's the superpower of the internet, like connecting and talking to new humans.
Yes. Renzo, did you like the Respect game?
Si me gusta el qué, perdón.
Que si te gusta el juego de Respect, el juego Respect.
Respect game.
Y,
The voting we did.
El juego de Optimism Fractal.
y no he jugado nada, no he jugado.
No, he's not aware of the game yet.
Okay. Well, that's no problem. You were just there, I believe, but there's a bit of a language barrier, so all good.
I can translate if you need. It's okay.
I suppose maybe we could just jump in. We're already 6 minutes past the hour, but I'm glad I saw Renzo was smiling, and so it seems like he enjoyed it overall. So
Yeah, he said he loved you.
Mucho gusto, if I'm correct, like very much. So thank you, gracias, for being here, and I hope that you'll enjoy it, and looking forward to hearing from you more going forward.
Dígale que correré a instalar el juego de una vez o correré a buscarlo.
Dice Renzo que envíes las instrucciones del juego para instalarlo y tal. Like, Renzo is saying that drop the instructions for the game in the chat.
Okay, sounds good. Maybe Rosmari, if you could share the link in the chat, then he could look into it and can translate it to Spanish as well. That'd be a good thing for us to do, actually, in general.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dan va a poner en el chat las instrucciones y el link para el juego para que lo pueda traducir y eso.
Muchas gracias. Bienvenido. Gracias.
Gracias por la bienvenida. Son todos muy amables.
Yeah, yo soy un hombre muy amable en general.
Sí, se ve.
Se ve, ¿eh? Sí, se ve.
Sí.
Sí, se ve. Sí, thank you.
All right, very cool. Well, this has been our first bilingual town hall, so it's very exciting. And I suppose we should get into the topics for today. So maybe I'll start up a screen share, but good to see that everybody's in a good mood and having fun. I'll give a brief presentation, and yeah, Will is in a very good mood here. And then we'll start talking about the topics on the agenda for today. And we'll hear more from everybody at Hats too, for anybody who would like to share some thoughts. So it also, by the way, bought me some time a little bit because I was so busy preparing for this. I didn't preparing for Optimism Town Hall and other things. I didn't get a chance to organize my slides very well. So my apologies, might be a bit disordered, but I got ordered a bit better now too. So just behind the scenes, welcome to everybody to Optimism Town Hall. Thanks for joining. We meet every week at 18 UTC, and Optimism Town Hall is a community forum dedicated to conversations with Superchain, where we play innovative community agenda games or Cagendas games where participants choose the topics, where we vote on the topics, where we post topics anybody can pose. It provides a special place to learn about latest developments in the Superchain, help lead the collective, and explore opportunities. It's also happening with the Optimism Fractal community, which we just kind of wrapped up in a bit. So each week we have the Optimism Town Hall, and we have the Optimism Fractal event right before we play the Respect game. Optimism Fractal is a community dedicated to fostering collaboration, awarding public goods careers, and optimizing governance in the Superchain. You can learn more on optimismfractal.com, and everybody's welcome to join the events each week at 17 UTC on Thursday to earn respect. You can also watch the videos and so forth as well. You can register on lou.optimistics. The Cagendas game that we play, we experiment with different ways, but basically the way it works is optimistics.io/Cagendas. You can see anybody can propose a topic by creating a poll in the Optimism Town Hall snapshot space, and then people who have earned respect to Optimism Fractal events can vote on polls with respect to determine the topic for each weekly event, which is determined on Monday at 7 UTC. So feel free, if anybody has topics for the future, to let us know. And yeah, everybody's welcome to join both of these events too. You can find the most recent videos from Optimism Town Halls on optimismfractal.com/videos. That's optimismfractal.com/videos. Right now, these are produced at the end of Optimism Fractal events, but we're planning to produce these separate videos too. And last week, we had a great discussion about the ORDAO app that Tadas is building and proposing as the next generation of software for Optimism Fractal. There's also several other episodes, where there's about 40 episodes you can watch here, where we've been discussing all sorts of things and lots of exciting tools being built to play the Respect game and much more. So invite everyone to join both these events and invite your friends and so forth. Love to meet new people, and you can explore show notes and timestamps on each one of these to learn more, as well as on the Eden Careers YouTube channel, where you can watch. For today's agenda, this is the Optimism Town Hall snapshot space. So the topic that received the most votes is about Optimism Fractal Hats Tree, the Hats Protocol Hatathon, and the Let's Grow, both kind of maybe an introduction to the Let's Grow community a little bit, as well as the Let's Grow Hats Tree. So I'm pleased to announce that Optimism Fractal, the Hats Tree that I just teamed up with Jacob to build last week, was selected as a co-winner of the Mad Hatter Grand Prize in the first ever Hats Protocol Hatathon. So at this week's event, we'll basically, we'll explore the Optimism Fractal Hats Tree and the Optimism Fractal Charmverse space, which allows people who have earned respect to gain access to a networking page, and also some really exciting things going with Fractogram and becoming a rookie and becoming a game leader and so forth. And we'll also provide like a little introduction to Hats Protocol and the Hatathon in general. And we'll also, maybe we'll explore future integrations with Optimism Fractal and Hats Protocol. We have a project with a whole bunch of details where people can learn more. We've been thinking about integrating with Hats Protocol for a long time, and there's all sorts of exciting developments that we're working on and future steps for it. But we'll probably also save that for later. I actually invited one of the co-founders of Hats Protocol, David, to join Optimism Town Hall. He's going to be joining again next month, or he's going to be joining next month, so we can get more into detail about that. And this week we're joined by Wasabi, who's the lead designer of the Let's Grow Hats Tree, which was also selected as a co-winner of the Mad Hatter Prize. There's two co-winners, Let's Grow and Optimism Fractal. So congratulations to the Let's Grow community and to Wasabi for creating the Hats Tree. Also, I hear that Donny, who's on the call, first time joiner for the Town Hall. Thanks so much for joining, both of you, and congrats. I heard that Donny helped to build it and also will help coordinate this event. He works with Let's Grow a lot, awesome community member, building great stuff on optimism. So we'll hear a bit of an introduction to the Let's Grow Hats Tree, and then yeah, basically we'll have kind of an open discussion about it as well. Also want to let everybody know, you can learn more about Hats Protocol if you're confused about what Hats Protocol is. Hatsprotocol.xyz. It's a really exciting protocol and tool that helps organizations work better or communities work better with hats. Hats are non-transferable tokens that allow you to save time and automate onboarding and make better decisions with programmable on-chain roles. So there's really cool stuff going on with Hats Protocol for organizational graphs and for dynamically setting permissions based on different things on chain and allowing people to do different things, giving people power. So I see it working really well with Optimism Fractal as well as many other communities. Hats has been a leader in the decentralized coordination space for a while. We also have a Telegram group that anybody's welcome to join, where we have been coordinating with the Hats Protocol founders for the past maybe 6 months or so. Had the pleasure to meet them at an event actually that they hosted at ETH Denver a while ago. So everybody's welcome to join the Telegram group and get more into detail about that. So I'm very excited for this discussion. I can provide an introduction to the Optimism Fractal Hats tree, and we'll hear from Wasabi. We'll give a brief presentation about the Let's Grow Hats tree, and then also if anyone wants to jump in with questions or comments or thoughts, then we can feel free to do so too. Shout out to Rosmari, put out this really nice picture with the hats trees with the Optimism Fractal Sunnyflower donning the hats hat. So you can check that out, and we appreciate likes and retweets and everything like that. You can see a brief preview of the hats trees that the two winning hats trees, the Optimism Fractal hats tree here on the screen, and also the Let's Grow Hats tree, which I'm a little bit confused. Oh, I hit this arrow button here. Then you can see the Let's Grow Hats tree. So it's two different kinds of hats trees here. The Optimism Fractal Hats tree has a few really neat integrations with the modules that allow people to interact with respect and agreements. And the Let's Grow Hats tree has a very detailed and comprehensive organizational structure for all sorts of different initiatives going on in the Let's Grow community, which we'll dive into deeper. And I'm looking forward to learning more about. I had a couple other links shared here, so maybe I'll just pull them up quickly. This is for the Hatathon. This was in the Hats Protocol and Optimism Fractal chat, where you can learn more about the Hatathon. Basically, the idea of this was that people could make cool hats trees and then win awards. This was the first one. So a huge thank you to the Haberdasher Labs team, which is the team behind Hats Protocol, for putting on this Hatathon, as well as supporting both Optimism Fractal and Let's Grow. We're very honored to have been selected as co-winners and really excited to collaborate with Hats Protocol. And yeah, I have a presentation here, but maybe it'd be best if what we do is we pass it over to Wasabi to give an introduction to the Let's Grow one. I can give an overview of the Optimism Fractal. Maybe I'll give like a really quick overview of it, and then I'll pass it over to Wasabi because I've been speaking for a while. But you can see a tweet here. And once again, thanks to Jacob and Optimism, we collaborated. He built most of like the actual infrastructure on the hats tree, and then I worked on like design, and we did a lot of strategies. We were up very late one night. It was a fun time that we did it. And as a high level overview, there is a rookie hat that anyone can join. Actually, maybe I'll pull up this other tweet from Hats Protocol. Also shout out to Nuno, who was very happy about this, and shout out to Jacob for putting out this really nice tweet and talking about how we worked on it and inviting everybody to join Optimism Fractal events. So yeah, Hats Protocol put out this really nice tweets that explains some of the how the different hats trees works for Let's Grow. So for example, you can scroll through here. Feel free, Wasabi, as well, if you want to share your screen and walk us through it as you're speaking, then that would be welcome, and you have permission to do so. But I'll just give like a quick scroll through as well that people can see on the screen about the different hats for Let's Grow. And Hats Protocol gave a very nice overview, and then they also did a similar thing for the Optimism Fractal hat, which I have lost. Like I said, I was a little bit disorganized here, but I could pull that up, and I actually retweeted it. So maybe I'll just pull it up real quick. They put up a similar thread for Optimism Fractal. So Optimism Fractal hats trees, you can claim the rookie hat if you've earned at least 5 respect, basically participated in a respect game, and that allows you to gain access to the new Charmverse space, where we have a in-progress networking space where people can share different thoughts, and we can use that in all sorts of different ways that the community can decide with our consensus process. We also have a way that people can certify via an agreement module that they've learned how to use Fractogram as well, and eventually earn a respect game leader hat if they've also become a rising star and earned 50 respect too. So just a high level overview because I have my screen up here. So that's, I can go more into detail about it, and there's all sorts of really exciting stuff with how this works and future integrations, but just want to give a high level overview before we wrap up the presentation. So I see lots of messages in the chat actually, so maybe I'll wrap it up there and I can go into more detail and answer questions about the Optimism Fractal hats tree. But I think that's a good high level overview for now. And yeah, maybe if Wasabi, you'd like to present a bit about the Let's Grow Hats Tree, then you're welcome to. And Will or Donny or Wasabi, if you want to maybe just give like a brief, like maybe a 1 minute introduction to Let's Grow as well. I should have brought up the website, letsgrow.network, actually, while I was giving my presentation. But if anybody else wants to bring that up or wants me to bring it up, that can as well. But Let's Grow has been doing really exciting stuff to create a more regenerative society. And they host a bunch of great events, for example, with Gitcoin and so forth. I see Rosmari putting out the letsgrow.network website. So I've been talking for a while, though. So floor is open. And if anybody else wants to jump in, then feel free. And I'm going to also catch up on these messages in the chat.
No, that's great. You are the perfect facilitator for meetings. You're great at this. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, I would love for Donny to give like the intro to Let's Grow and to the tree itself. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share my screen right after. So right after he finalizes with the intro, I can get over the tree. So give me some perms so I can do that, please.
Yep, you have permission to share your screen.
Awesome. Go on, Donny.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, Let's Grow DAO is on a mission to unite and grow the ReFi and Regen movement in every way possible. And our mission to unite and grow this movement of ReFi and regeneration for our planet, we decided that we really were going to need to go about it very systematically, understand where everybody needs to find their place and what they can do and how they can go about doing something for the benefit of everybody, which is what regeneration is and what ReFi is really all about when it comes down to it. So in our endeavor to do that, that's where the Hats Tree kind of, started, this idea. So it was almost a year ago we formed this DAO in order to support initially only the Gitcoin grants rounds. The mission was still the same. We haven't changed that mission, but that was our focus. And it's our focus as we've grown and as we've gained more expertise, allows us to bring in new members and grow even further and bring on new ways of accelerating this growth in the regeneration movement. But you got to organize that. You've got to find a way to keep everybody motivated, understand what they can do, how they can do it, and to best utilize all of this passion and all of this energy that is in this space to really make a change in this world. That's the Hats Tree. That's what it's about. That's why it was so necessary to implement. But we didn't want to have something implemented that didn't really make any sense or that added too much friction at a point when you're just trying to get started. And we have, our core members and everything together, and you have your group together and you have your people around it. But it really did take coming in and building out the Grow token, building out the economy, doing things intentionally step by step to lead us to this point that we can put it all together so it'll run seamlessly and people can join, get their hats, know their work stream, find their place, know what activities that they're best at, what they want to do, earn their grow through doing things inside of it so that they can come in and participate in all of our activities and have those reputation tokens for other things as we move down the line in our iterations of growing the ReFi movement and the regeneration space. So this is the Hats Tree. As you can see, it is an extensive thing. And it is a beautiful thing in my mind. In fact, I find it just dead sexy. Like this is just a sexy thing to me. But I may be a little weird that way. I let Wasabi go through all of the intricacies of how it is developed and set up, but it is very well thought out over a year of planning, really, to get this to this point. And then all the buttons were clicked, and there you have it, a Hats Tree of beauty. You want to take it away, Wasabi?
Yeah, I cannot share my okay. There you go.
It shows as muted. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I was just sharing it while Donny was sharing. Very well said, Donny. Thanks for the introduction. Just also, before you start, I see claps. Before you start, Wasabi, just want to let everybody know, we have a half-hour schedule for the town hall. Sometimes we go a bit over too, and we did get started probably about 10 minutes late. So if anyone needs to jump at any point, then feel free, obviously. But I suppose we'll probably extend it, maybe like 5-10 minutes. We could also go longer if we want, up to the full hour if needed. But just want to put that there. We'll probably extend it at least 5 minutes or so if everybody's up for it, just so you don't have to rush too much. But if you can give like a brief overview, well, we also have time for questions and answers afterwards. That would be appreciated.
Okay, cool. So yeah, this is our tree. This tree is the representation of where we at right now. Probably it's not a representation of where we're going, but this is where we at. Not only where we at, but it's more like where we at in a more polished and, like Donny said, intentional. And let me explain you what I said that. So yeah, I'm wearing the top hat right now until we finalize. But the idea is this one is going to be held worn by the core team multi-sig. We have the classic autonomous admin, and this one that is basically this layer, basically the admin for everything else. This is the voting token of the Let's Grow DAO. It's a Moloch DAO, one person, one vote. So basically the DAO already has control over the whole tree, and you can modify the tree by passing a DAO proposal. So yeah, so then we have the Grow group. I haven't assigned, but the idea is that this one is going to another DAO that is going to be controlled by the Grow token. So the Grow holders are going to be the admins of all of the moving parts of the tree. And so everything below this layer, I call it like the moving parts, because, for example, this is where we have the growth branch, experiences that are in charge of Regeneration and the Let's Grow Life event, the community branch, and the most like diverse branch ever, that is operations. Like if you look at operations in any kind of organizations, operations, basically they are like, they handle whatever comes their way. Operations doesn't have like a predefined scope of work. So what we did was use the 8 forms of capital to organize operations. And even though we can feed community branch, or we can feed experiences, and even the growth branch into the 8 forms of capital. You can look at the operations branch more like something that is it is designed to grow inside out. And everything else, the rest of the branches, they are designed to grow externally to outside to the inside. For example, if you look at the community branch, everything that the community branch is in charge of is related to, in a way, external growth, but it's going to be internal growth at some point, depending on the kind of onboarding that person wants to go through. Either they want to just be a DAO member and worry about governance, or either they want to become like a contributors of the community, or let's say that they want to even become growth officers. The community branch is growing like externally to the internals. Same applies with the experiences. Like this is all stuff that happens external to the Let's Grow ecosystem in a way, but helps the Let's Grow ecosystem to grow. But if you look at operations, the reason and the mental model behind operations is for Let's Grow to grow in an internal sense. Like this is the branches that are in charge, for example, the token engineering, the art of the ecosystem, the merge, or even any of the moving pieces that are related to the internal inner workings of the ecosystem are going to be basically organized under the 8 forms of capital. so they know exactly how they are providing value to the Let's Grow ecosystem. And they also know, we know where we need to increase or decrease funding. So it's easier to organize the internal operations in that sense than and just have like external. It's not external. Everything is internal, but you know they have the impact is the direct impact of these branches, like say growth branch, like partnerships. They affect directly external actors, even though they produce internal value. And the same happen with marketing comms and grants. They are growing externally, but also have like this internal impact. And for example, something very nice that we are doing is that now, before we didn't have like a dedicated onboarding working group or education, and now we have that. So the idea is that everyone that wants to become a contributor of the DAO needs to pass the onboarding flow, because the onboarding flow is one of the pre-requirements that we have. We will have 3 pre-requirements for you to become a contributor in any of the branch. One of them is signing the manifesto. Like that's like step 1. You sign the manifesto, then you are able to claim the community member, the community member role. I mean, the community member hat is a self-claim. All you need to do is sign the manifesto, and then after you sign the manifesto, then you are able to apply to become DAO member. You are able to fill out the rest of the criteria that you need to pass, that are 3: manifesto, become a DAO member, and pass the onboarding flow. And the idea of you passing the onboarding before you are eligible to become a contributor is because we had so many feedback from people, like they became DAO member, they were willing to provide value, but you know they were clueless about where to start. So that's why having an onboarding dedicated working group, and having the onboarding working group is able to add people to the allowed list. So they are able to take people through the onboarding flow and add them to the allowed list, so then they can become member of a branch or a working group, whatever. Like that's the idea. And you know, it's a very summarized flow of the 3. But yeah, we have, this is the most active working group, let's say, is the Grow Live group. We so far have 68 live hosts so far, 15 stewards, and 10 people contributing to make possible the 24/7 event that we do for every GeekCon season. So yeah, this is our 3. You know, now it becomes clear. We have more clarity of all of the weaknesses that we have and how to fix them. You know, the most value produced by the 3, I would say that now we don't need to onboard people to the ecosystem. We just need to onboard people to, let's say, a specific role in a specific side of the ecosystem. So either you want to join comms, or you want to be in the grants working group. Like, it's up to you, and you just need to learn about something specific. You don't need to worry about the rest of the organization. So that's the most value add that I consider, in my opinion.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much, Wasabi, for the great overview and all the great work on this, as well as Donny and Will, and shout out to the whole Let's Grow team, or Let's Grow community, rather, I should say. If there's anything else briefly you want to add there, then feel free. If anybody has any questions or comments for Wasabi about the Let's Grow Hats tree, then feel free to share. Encourage people to check it out, letsgrow.network, and then check out on Twitter. You can find links to the tree and stuff like that. If you want to share any links, but by the way, you're both welcome. Everybody's welcome to join the Optimism Fractal Discord as well. If you want to share the links to your the Hats tree there, or other things that you're up to in the Optimism ecosystem. From what Will tells me, Let's Grow is building on Optimism, I'm pretty sure. So these kinds of contributions are very welcome and help build a stronger super chain. So that's really great to hear. And yeah, feel free to share links. I see both in the chat, and if you want to join the Discord as well, maybe one of us can share it there. Did anyone else want to share any questions or comments related to the Let's Grow Hats tree?
I do. Thanks
Okay.
for presenting, Alejandro and Donny. I have a question. How do I keep track of who's collected a hat? As you say, autonomously in a way. Let's say they just collect a hat, and I think Alejandro, you mentioned that they don't have to be generally onboarded, and they could just collect the hat and start contributing or something, or like who monitors that? Who's collected a hat, so that maybe they reach out to them in some way to onboard them or help them out with whatever, however they want to contribute based on the hat they collected. Is there a system for that?
Yeah, there is a system. So on a high level, we have 3 user personas, let's say, in the Let's Grow ecosystem. We have community members. This is people that they are aligned with what we're trying to do, and they sign the manifesto. They become community members. And basically, the manifesto is how you get access to the Charmverse workspace. And by signing the manifesto, you have access to the forum. You have access to creating a proposal, so then you can become a DAO member. In that proposal, we collect a few data points, and we ask a few questions, and then that's how you get onboarded into the, like, either you want to become a contributor. It's up to you. Like, we wanted to keep everything very, like, optional, because people is busy. So for example, you sign the manifesto is something that takes you like 10 seconds, is a free mint. Then that's how you basically have access to the ecosystem, but only with a role that allows you to view information, view certain page, and create forum proposals and forum posts. So if you want to become, let's say, a DAO, a community contributor, all you have to do is anything that earns you some growth. Like, we have a set of activities that you can earn growth tokens, and that's how you claim the community contributors a hat. But still, you are just a community member that is completing some quest, is probably hosting a time slot in one of the Let's Grow Live 24/7 events, but you don't have any kind of, let's say, responsibilities. For you to get some responsibilities is when you go through the DAO onboarding flow and you apply to become a DAO member, and then it's up to you to become a contributor. And if you want to contribute value besides being a voting member, then you go through the through the proper onboarding workflow that is going to show you how operation works, the inner workings, and that's Will that is in charge of that whole onboarding working group. But yeah, that's the idea. Every role, in a way, has like a pre-requirement of something that you need to do based on the level of access that is provided by that role.
And okay, thank you. And how does one know, like, let's say once they claim a hat, how do they know what is the next step?
Yeah, when you claim the hat, you get we posted instructions of what you can do with the hat. Like, okay, you can go now to the garden, that is basically the Let's Grow Charmverse workspace. People engage in the forum, they come up with new ideas. We design a communication framework. So basically, when people go to the garden, they get all of these. They get a basic community onboarding, let's say, a very high level that explain you like how to become a DAO member. If you want to explain you how to use the forum, and stuff like that.
Okay.
And explain,
Thank
and
you.
also explain how the grow economy works. Because if you want to become a contributor and you come in and you have your hat as a host, for example, you want to host an hour or something for Let's Grow Live, that gives you a hat. That hat is worth 25 grow. So you can either have that because you came in and did it and you went through the onboarding process and we gave you that grow, and now you say you want to host, or you can do things that earn 25 grow and you can buy that hosting position as well with your grow. So you'll know what that hat is based on you purchased it, you knew what it was that you were buying that's inside the economy. You know, and that goes for every single branch. It's just that the Let's Grow Live is the easiest one because we have that more filled out at the moment. But it is all tied to that grow economy. So being able to earn your grow in various ways, whether that is, you know, something that we put out on Twitter for liking, following, retweeting a special thing, using the vocabulary correctly in our spaces, whatever that happens to be, where you can earn that grow, gives you those rights to be able to purchase certain hats and purchase certain roles as a contributor level inside the Let's Grow DAO ecosystem.
Yeah,
So
and
it's,
just before we close, before we move on, it makes sense when you think about the kind of utility that we are building for the grow economy. For example, the flagship product that we are building is the Let's Grow Live 24/7 space. But guess what? We only can fit 48 speakers per day. So, you know, if we have speaking slots that are priced in Grow, it makes sense to get those Grow tokens that you earn based on reputation, based on merits. For them, so then you can have that, let's say, highlights during the Geekcoin rounds. Just to say something.
All right. Very interesting. I'm going to put the heart too. I saw some claps and hearts along the way too. So great presentation and great overview. Thanks also Rosmari for the questions. Hopefully that clarified it for you. If anybody else has anything else you want to share about the Let's Grow Hats tree or any question or anything, then feel free. We do have 20 minutes to the top of the hour. And I appreciate everybody being here. I also do want to get a bit more into detail about the Optimism Fractal Hats tree too. I realized that I didn't really go into the Hats tree, so I could probably take maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 minutes on just giving a little more in-depth overview. And I'm happy to also hear any questions or comments about the Optimism Fractal Hats tree as well. So we'll continue it for at least a little bit longer. I see Will's unmuted. Will, was there anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to put in, and hopefully Rosmari, that gives you a little more contextual background on this. So one thing we noticed, because we basically hit the ground running, right? And we grew very fast in terms of the manifesto and the people that have claimed the manifesto NFT. But one of the areas that we need to reconcile is with our Telegram group, because there's only about a third of the community members that are in there that are involved in the communication flow, right? And then when we look at our garden in Charmverse, it's probably even less than that. So this is a way for us to very swiftly kind of reconcile the disparity within the community so that we can ensure that everybody in the community is not only getting the same messaging, but they're included in the conversation as well.
Makes sense. I think Hats Protocol is a great protocol, set of tools to do so. So I think that this Let's Grow Hats tree will be very helpful as Let's Grow continues to grow. By the way, I love the name Let's Grow too, and the whole vibe too. We had a great event where there's a couple other Let's Grow members joining back a while ago, and we were saying Let's grow, let's grow. So it's a great slogan, and I really love what your community is doing, and excited to see how you
Yeah, and
continue to grow with the hats.
I will say there's some additional crossover, because I caught Jacob in our 24/7 spaces last time during GG21, and you know, shouted him out too. So there's a lot of community collaborative efforts that can be built here from Hats Protocol specifically, but also just from us sharing what we're all working on and coordinating together. So
Very cool. Love to see it. And looking forward to doing more collaborations with Let's Grow, with Optimism Fractal as well. Really appreciate you guys joining the town hall and sharing all the thoughts and all the cool stuff. I see Pat has his hands up. Like to share some thoughts here, Patrick?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank you, Donny, for the nice presentation about the Hats protocol. I just was in touch with that, I would say, since last week when I was joining the Optimism Fractal and for the first time, and meeting Jacob and organizing an interview with him that will be published on this weekend. And we dive into the Hats protocol. That was very interesting in the context of Optimism Fractal, the Hats tree of Optimism Fractal. And then making some links with a mind map, fractal data collector, because I see a lot of integration between mind mapping and those Hats tree. And I am very interested about the functional link the trees together. I see there is this functionality, and as we have Optimism Fractal, as we have also Upscale Fractal, and many other organizations, not specifically DAOs, but organization entities that want to be better organized, we would have a chance to have some Web2 ecosystems that will enjoy the Web3 stack tooling that we have. And I'm just impressed by the labs behind the Hats protocol and all what you have built, because for me, it's like Tim Berners-Lee with the web. You are made the Tim Berners-Lee version 2 for the Web3, and giving access to documents and resources and all that. I love that. I am very, very passionate about that. And I see a lot of possibility to promote that in a way to help Optimism Fractal, to make 1 + 1 = 3, because we are data guys. And I have the pleasure to announce that I will interview Will on Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we have just arranged an interview. And my goal is to interview the builders that are into the Web3, and what fantastic hub that we have here on Optimism Fractal, because there are fantastic builders that I have just beginning to meet. So thank you for that, Dance Enjoy. As always, I know you don't love that, but I will say you are the best dog in the galaxy. When I say that, I mean by that, we need people that are heart, soul, and mind, and we want to share the data. That's what we are here, indeed, because we love the data, I think, at the core. And yeah, very impressed by the Hats protocol and the coming next evolutions. That's just impressive. Thank you for that.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Patrick, for the kind words and all the support. Really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing your interview with Jacob as well about the Hats protocol, or the Optimism Fractal Hats tree. So encourage people to check it out. And yeah, that was all really great to hear from everybody. So lots of hearts and lots of claps. The people on Zoom the people on YouTube watching can't see it, unfortunately, but it seems like everybody's really enjoying it and really appreciative. So glad to see it. We can see that one right there. We only have 14 minutes left at the top of the hour, and I do want to make sure we wrap it up at the top of the hour. Appreciate everybody sticking around longer and sharing all thoughts. If anybody had any last thoughts they want to share with Let's Grow briefly, then feel free to jump in now. Otherwise, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and share a bit about Optimism Fractal, maybe like a little bit of summary too about both Let's Grow and Hats Protocol in general, to kind of try to like cap it off a little bit. And then we'll have a bit of time remaining for anybody who wants to ask questions or share comments about the Optimism Fractal Hats tree, or the Let's Grow Hats tree if anything else comes to mind, and or just general Hats Protocol questions as well. So I'll jump into this presentation then, I suppose. If any of you has any thoughts you want to jump in or anything like that, then feel free to raise your hand. Thanks, Wasabi, for the heart. Thanks all for all the great work and all the amazing things we're doing here. So I'll go ahead and share my screen again. And this time, while everybody's talking, I got a little bit more organized. So my presentation is going to be a little bit better this time. So, or did I open up the wrong window? Okay, I opened up the wrong window, so maybe I shouldn't be too cocky over here. Let me get back. I had two windows open. I screenshot the wrong one, but now it's go time. Now we're ready to go. So we've been talking about the Hats Protocol Summer Hatathon and hearing from the two co-winners of the Grand Hatter Grand Prize, or the Mad Hatter Grand Prize, Let's Grow and Optimism Fractal. So I'm going to give a little overview here. One, Hats Protocol, in case you're watching this, I gave a little overview and I think you got a good idea, but I really recommend checking out the Hats Protocol website at hatsprotocol.xyz. I kind of gave a little overview here, but it's a really powerful protocol, I think, and I encourage, it's open source and it's free to use. Their team is awesome. I met their founders and they're doing really great stuff building open source software to help people cooperate. So all kinds of communities building on chain. Encourage you to look into their stuff. They have some case studies up here where you can see many other organizations and communities like RareDAO and Purple and so forth. You can click in to learn more. Raid Guild has a really cool one when they have like kind of like a gaming idea, which is one of the ideas I have for Optimism Fractal, about how you can have like these gaming roles, and it makes it kind of more like a massive online role-playing game. So there's also the Hats Proto DAO too that people can join and get involved with too, where people are talking about hats. There's a great chat going on where you can get involved, and you can see how Hats Protocol itself is using the Hats the hat software, and you can launch the app in the top right corner to build your own hats tree. It's quite easy to do, or I mean, it takes a little bit of knowledge about figure out how it works, but like it's a very intuitive UI, and it's very well done. So, and they also have great documentation too. So you can feel free to reach out with questions to them, and then you can just go around and click their docs, and it explains quite a lot about the things you can do with Hats Protocol. So I encourage people to check it out. They also have a great YouTube channel too, where they've been publishing town hall videos that they do with the founders and community members that people are welcome to join. So I encourage people to check it out. I really enjoyed watching the Hats Protocol demo day from last year as well. And yeah, just wanted to give a recap. So Optimism Fractal, Let's Grow DAO. This tweet over here shows a little bit about both the hats trees here. And as Wasabi and Donny just shared in a much deeper overview, Hats Protocol also put this kind of basic tweet out, or like kind of walking through the basics too. So if anyone wanted to review and see some of the basics about like some of the really cool features, then you can see that, as well as Let's Grow putting out a great message from at Let's Grow DAO on X, talking about how happy they're about it, and Let's Grow.network, where you can learn more about the Let's Grow community and join the mission to unite and grow the regen movement, learn about the community value and so forth. I think Donny shared this information hub too, so people can find out more details about the community in the information hub. And you can find the website and the Optimism Fractal. As I said, the Hats Protocol gave out a great overview, so I'll jump into that a little bit more. They talk about how Optimism Fractal uses Hats modules to automate role assignments and revocations, and we have the agreement eligibility for the Fractogram certification that people can go and sign a agreement to say that they've learned how to use Fractogram, which is the app that we use to play the Respect game. Really cool module to allow people to do agreements that we're going to be using more often in the future. And also there's a module that allows people to earn respect and then automatically claim or have even hats revoked depending on how much respect people earn. So I'll give a little bit overview of that. Shout out to everybody who claimed the hat too. For example, Abraham and Will on this list, and Rosmari. We have the Rising Star hat too. But I think what might be most helpful here, as Hats Protocol is excited to see how Optimism Fractal continues to increase transparency and streamline operations with hats, as am I, is actually just showing you the hats tree for Optimism Fractal. So if you click on any of these links, you can see more details. Right now, I'm the top wearer of this hat because we put it together in kind of rush, but Attest and Vlad are both building decentralized account management systems that allow the community, based upon who's earned the most respect, to vote on proposals or join a council to make on-chain actions. So in the near future, we can decentralize this role with the open source software that Attest and Vlad are building. So that's one of the goals here. And then there's an autonomous agent here, which just allows people we can make changes, kind of future-proofing the hats tree. And there's also a couple different hats. This mystery hat was actually an accident, a mysterious on-chain artifact that I put in there by accident, and there's on-chain. The rookie hat, as I said, this provides access to the Charmverse page. If you go here and you click on Charmverse, then it brings up the Charmverse application, which right now it's kind of like an early version of it. Charmverse looks a little bit like Notion, and it allows a lot of really exciting on-chain integrations. So you can token gate access to different pages on the Charmverse to have like private documents that certain people can read depending on what they've done on chain, how much respect they've earned, if they have this token and so forth. So I put together a little like Optimism Fractal builder profile thing with my own profile there, just as an idea. Rosmari and I were talking about how we could have everybody in the community could have their own page. And so right now, only people who have earned respect can see that, unless you're watching this video. And we can grow this out. Basically, it's up to the community with our consensus process, and everybody who has access can now write there. And if you earn any respect in Optimism Fractal, then you can now claim that hat and gain access to that. I showed the Fractogram certification hat and the Rising Star hat, which you can gain by earning more respect. I put like these little fun descriptions here. And then if you gain both of those, then you can gain the Respecting Leader hat and lead community breakout rooms, and learn how to use the Fractogram app and enable, as we go into the breakout rooms for the respect game, to help the community grow and help basically allow people to post their consensus results on chain. So you can explore the UI for more details about all this and who's minting it. And then Charmverse.io, by the way, is a place where you can learn more about Charmverse network for on-chain communities that we're using. Really exciting stuff that's built on Optimism that allows capabilities like Notion, plus a lot of great grants features and token gating access there. And then optimismfractal.com, just for anybody who's not familiar with Optimism Fractal, I want to give like a really high level overview about what is respect, because I keep saying that you can earn this hat, you can claim this hat if you gain 5 respect or 50 respect. So I mentioned earlier, Optimism Fractal is a community dedicated to fostering collaboration, awarding public goods creators, and optimizing governance in the super chain. And our events, in addition to the town hall, which we're at right now, revolve around a game called the Respect Game, which is a wonderful on-chain social game where everybody shares what they did to help Optimism and collaborate to rank each other's contributions and earn a soulbound token called Respect, which you can learn more about on the website. We have the exact specifications for this on the details page. And basically the way it works is that we meet each week. And then if we can reach consensus on who helped the most, the second most, third most, and so forth, at each breakout room, we go into breakout rooms of 3 to 6 people, I should mention. And each person shares what they did to help Optimism, and then works to reach consensus on who helped the most, the second most, and the third most, and so forth. And then if they can reach consensus on that and then submit on chain, then everybody gets respect. This is a soulbound token on the OP mainnet. And if you get the top rank, basically, you get 55 respect. The second top respect, you get 34 respect. Third top rank, you get 21 respect, and so forth. You get a bit more respect for each level for helping more. And then we can eventually build up the hats tree to make it so all kinds of different levels of respect, you can get all sorts of different powers and capabilities. And Hats Protocol allows us to do this. And also all of the software we're building is open source too. So other communities, like I remember Will mentioned that Let's Grow might be interested in using Cagendas or the Respect Game. I had the pleasure to talk about Cagendas a little bit, where we vote with respect. So any community can also employ the Respect Game and implement it and play it at their events, or asynchronously play a similar game. You can learn more about this at optimistics.io/respect game as well. And that's basically how you can earn respect and claim the hats. We also have an article about respect and all the cool things you can do with it. We'll have to add more now that we've added these new utilities with hats, but it talks about how you can do the governance and all sorts of stuff like that, token on the OP mainnet. And yeah, these are just a recap of some of the tweets. I think that was like a pretty sufficient high-level overview because we only have 5 minutes past happy hour. But once again, just want to give a shout out to Jacob for helping to build that. I've been following his work for a long time, and he's built a really exciting application called Roles and Reputations on that uses Hats Protocol. That's built on Optimism. He received a grant from Optimism last year for doing so. And I think that it really he's building a front end and other backend software around Hats Protocol, and really excited to further integrate and collaborate with Hats Protocol and the roles and reputation system I have. I have a very detailed Notion page with more details about it. And you can also see some videos where Jacob's been showing off some of the hats trees that he's been building. Patrick shared, he mentioned before that he's at the upcoming interview with Jacob on the YouTube channel too. So encourage people to check that out. It's coming out shortly. By the time this video is released, you can check it out on the Nova Crypto YouTube channel. And also thanks to Rosmari for expressing pride and thanks and everything like that for the new Optimism Fractal hats tree. So that is, I think, the overview I wanted to give, and I'll leave a bit of time if we want to have any quick questions or anything like that. And also encourage people, if they want to learn more about the Optimism Fractal hats tree, to join the Telegram group with the Hats Protocol, as well as the Discord, and join the weekly events for Optimism Fractal and Optimism Town Hall. Once again, we have these every Thursday at 18 UTC for the Town Hall, and on lu.mosh/optimistics, you can find the event for Optimism Fractal where you can earn respect and claim your hats on Thursdays at 17 UTC. That's it for my presentation here. I see Patrick raise his hand. If we need, we can go over a little bit, but we'll try to be respectful of everybody's time here. And if anybody does have any questions or comments or anything, that I'm happy to stick around for a bit longer as well to answer or discuss. Patrick, what would you like to share?
Yeah, thank you, Dan, for the concise and very powerful presentation. Can you just click on the link that I posted into the Zoom, the fractalden.net collector HTML, just to show on the screen the mind map?
Sure.
If
Yeah.
it is-
So that you
if-
just that you just messaged me that. So I'll pull it up now.
No, not the tweet, huh? The link that is into the public Zoom for everyone. Yeah.
Yes, I don't know where it went. I just had it. Hold on a second. Oh, fractal data collector. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's this mind map that I was speaking before. It's if you zoom a bit into the mind map a bit, just a bit. Yeah, that's named Fractal Data Collector, as I mentioned before, and it's a unified mind map. And there will be all the branch, all the categories to represent on the left the Optimism Fractal ecosystem, and on the right another fractal that is named Upscale. And you see on the top you have add your category to Optimism Fractal, add your category to Upscale Fractal. When you click on those, that's open a web form, and you put your address, your name, your IT address, and then you put your URL to a resource on the web. And when you submit that, that goes into a database, and I update the mind map. Now, then if you go back to the mind map, then new categories will come. The mind map will extend, and yeah, I have put a link on the left to the Hats protocol, to the Hats tree of Optimism Fractal. There will be on the right also a Hats tree for upscale, and because there is this functionality to link the trees together, the Hats tree of Optimism could be linked with the Hats tree of another DAO, so the upscale fractal. And now, how to incentivize the people to grow this mind map? That could be, for example, then to add a new role into the, for example, into the Hats tree of Optimism, to incentivize that if people send contribution to this mind map, they will be able to claim a new hats because they have sent something to the mind map. Like this, the mind map will grow. So I see a clear link between mind map graph and also a cockpit. On the top of this mind map will come a cockpit, a dashboard cockpit, and the mind map can link to the cockpit, to the Hats protocol. So all is linked. And this, it's an HTML5 page, but this HTML5 page could be compressed at the max and push on the blockchain. And everyone could be able to download a version of this mind map on his device, and he will have the last version of what was published on the chain. So like this, we have a, when I saw this Hats protocol, I was thinking we can do mind map pointing to each other, but now there is this possibility with the Hats protocol to give to the data a body. Before, the data were just data, and now with the Hats protocol, the data are able to be, the data are able to speak and turn into information and then into knowledge. So for me, that's very powerful to have the mind mapping plus the graphs of Hats protocol, and that's this missing part that was missing when I was doing this fractal mind map. A mind map can point to another mind map, but now with this Hats tree, that's give the possibility to link the DAOs between them and to make a digital extended network. I am just amazed by Donny and the team, and Jacob. Jacob was just a yeah baby moment. So I encourage to see the video coming on this weekend. That was just a Eureka moment, and Jacob was very great to abstract and explain those things that are indeed not complicated, but complex for someone new, and that was a great moment. So just excited. Sorry if I am maybe rambling a bit too much, but I'm so excited to see this technology. For me, is a game changing. It's very game changing. I think we have a long way to go.
All right. Well, very cool. Thanks for showing us and working on the fractal data collector. Looking forward to seeing how it grows. And yeah, I agree. I think Hats Protocol is very exciting too. I saw Donny was not in there. Good to see Donny, by the way. Yeah, so that's all really exciting and looking forward to seeing how it grows. But I think I just said, I see Renso said he likes Game of Respect. Glad to hear that you like it. Good, mucho gusto. And then we are at the top, past up the hour, so we are quite a bit over time. So we could wrap it up now. Also, we didn't have any time for like questions or comments about Optimism Fractal. So I want to see if any of you did have any questions about the Optimism Fractal Hats tree that you want answered, or if anybody had any closing thoughts. Once again, so much thanks to Donny and Wasabi for sharing the Let's Grow Hats tree, and thanks Will for helping coordinate that as well. Really exciting to see, and I hope everybody really enjoyed learning about both the Optimism Fractal Hats tree and the Let's Grow Hats tree, as well as the communities and how we're using the Hats Protocol and the benefits of Hats Protocol. So yeah, basically I'm ready to wrap it up whenever, but I'll give it a bit of like open space if anybody wants to jump in and share any final thoughts or quick questions or anything like that. Anything else? Or shall we wrap it up?
I'll just jump in very quickly before we leave and say thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you for letting us share. And I really appreciate the opportunity to come in here. I love what you guys have built in your Hats tree. I love the entire Optimism ecosystem and all that you're building out there. So thanks for having us. And let's grow.
Absolutely, yeah, baby.
Let's grow. Yep, that's right.
Let's grow.
So we can finish
thanks.
maybe on Go Hats Protocol.
Yeah, well, just hold on a second, though. I first want to respond to Donny and say thank you very much. That's very kind of you, and I'm glad that you like what we're doing here at Optimism Fractal, and the feeling's mutual too. So really excited about what you're doing with Let's Grow, and you're welcome back to join anytime for the Optimism Town Hall, as well as the Respect game too. And yeah, thanks so much for showing us, and looking forward to collaborating going forward. And you're very welcome. Let's grow. All right. Anybody else have any other? Oh, hold on. Let me just. Will, Wasabi, Renso, anything else that we want to share, or are we ready to go?
I love this.
No, thank you for having us. Yeah, looking forward to see your tree growing, and we are also very excited about our tree. Yeah, let's move up. Let's move forward and keep growing.
Sí.
Let's do
it. In Spanish, yo soy muy contento. Disculpe para mi Spanish un poquito like una vaca, pero yo soy muy contento de ver usted hoy a compartir con nosotros esta muy lindo tree, árbol. So, muchas gracias. Voilà, Dan, I just said that I was very happy to see their trees.
Okay.
Just that.
Very cool. Thank you. Well,
okay.
Thank you so much, and hope you enjoyed it, Renso, as well. Also, Rosmari said she had to go a little while ago, but she said, thank you all for being here. Thank you for your time and energy presenting Let's Grow Hats tree 2. Let's grow and go Optimism Fractal. So we like to end up the Optimism Town Hall. Usually we go like 3, 2, 1, then we say go something. We often do go Optimism or go Optimism Fractal. I'd say maybe we say 3, 2, 1, and we say like go what should we do?
Hats Protocol.
Hats Protocol.
Hats Protocol. Hats Protocol.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. 3, 2, 1. Go Hats Protocol. And go Optimism Fractal, and let's grow too.
Let's grow some hats.
Let's grow some hats. All right. Well, thanks all so much for being here. Amazing time, and hope to see you all next week at Optimism Fractal and Town Hall. Thanks all. See ya.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, ciao.